Hey PokeMoshPit, Pinobi also known as TheAcousticKind here, bringing you another narrative Wi-Fi battle. This one's going to be an NU tier match with Kroudon. He has a YouTube, but he doesn't upload any videos, so if you want to catch him, it would probably be best if you actually go to MML Frosty Pixie's Zat, known as Intense Nightmare. I will leave a link to that in the description, as well as a link to my channel in case you like this battle or this narration. I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Hypnosis, hoping he's not a Lumberry lead, because if I switch out, he's probably going to go for the Rocks, and Yanma gets very much raped by Rocks. Luckily, my second Hypnosis is going to hit, and he doesn't carry the Lumberry, which is really good. For those of you that do not know, Yanma actually has the Compound Eyes ability, increasing its accuracy, similar to Butterfree. So Hypnosis has much better accuracy in this case. 30% of the original move, which is like 30% of 60 plus 60. You guys can do the math for yourself. I think it's like almost 80% accuracy, which is pretty good. So now I'm just going to fire off a Bug Buzz, knowing that he's part Psychic. Unfortunately for me, he's going to get a fairly early, well, a medium wake, a third turn wake. But luckily he is going to miss the Stone Edge, which has 80% accuracy, which is going to allow me to kill him off and keep my sub up. So overall, pretty average luck so far. I'm just going to go ahead and fire off a Hypnosis on his Nidoqueen. I believe at this point he actually did not know Yanma carried the Compound Eyes ability, probably because there's not a Smogon set for it. And because not too many people do run this set that I've at least come across. So yeah, he's going to bring in his Nidoqueen, hoping that the Hypnosis is going to miss, I guess, because he doesn't have a Sleep Talker and all that stuff. I would probably recommend going into something faster than my Yanma, so he could at least get rid of the sub. But you know, it's his prerogative. He went into whatever could take the hit the best, which was also a valid idea, considering, like I said, he wasn't familiar with the Compound Eyes ability, I don't think, at this point. So now he's going to switch out, since I did get the Flinch Hacks, which allowed me to put him back to sleep, still keeping my sub intact, which is really useful. So now he's going to go to Glaceon, now that he knows he has some sleep fodder, which was actually, now that I think about it, that was actually a pretty good series of plays on the opponent's part, going into whatever takes the least amount of damage from the hit, getting some sleep fodder, and switching out to Glaceon. So he's going to go for the Ice Shard. I just stayed in knowing that it didn't really matter, even if it does have the priority, because, you know, I'm safe with the sub. So I'm pretty sure he's going to go for the Ice Shard. No real reason for him to overpredict there, considering I'm going to get raped by Rocks if I switch out. So either way, it's a win for him. Just going to go to my Chew on Fire, which is actually a Expert Belt Magmortar, which for those of you that don't know, I believe it does like 10% extra damage. On all moves that are super effective. I'm going to predict a switch into a Fire Resist, so I'm just going to go for the Focus Blast, which would also be super effective if he were to stay in. Now I'm going to predict the Ground type move, Earthquake, and if you went for the safe Fire move, predicting a switch, I would resist that. Now that I see Earthquake, I'm thinking he's mixed, which means he's either going to carry T-Bolt or T-Punch. I was kind of using this double switch to check if he was choiced. Now I know he is not, which means well, actually I think he revealed himself as a Life Orb set already, which is why I had the double switch. Excuse me. So yeah, I predicted the Electric Attack because I saw he was Life Orb, meaning he's not choiced, so that's the reason I switched to my fucking bananas there. He's going to go for the Cross Chop, predicting some sort of switch, he said, but I actually didn't switch, and he got a crit, which actually did matter. It would not have killed me without the crit, surprisingly. So yeah, it really sucks for me. I'm just going to go into my In the Rough, because I know it can outspeed him. Unfortunately, it's the only thing on my team that has a 100% chance to outspeed him, because I know he's not Scarfed, obviously. So yeah, the only other thing I have on my team that might outspeed him is my Magmortar. I am max speed. Although I carry HP Ice, I would need to check the IV chart. I don't have it memorized if you can have max speed with HP Ice. But assuming that you can, I think you can. That might have been a speed tie if he was Jolly with max speed IVs. So if that's the case, then you know, that was very lucky for me and very unfortunate for him, because that would have been a big counter to my team if I wasn't able to take it out there. So he's going to wake up, set up a layer of Toxic Spikes. I think he thought I was Choice Scarfed, considering I outsped him and I haven't revealed that I am Expert Belt or that I have the ability to switch moves. So that's probably why he went for the Toxic Spikes, predicting a switch, not thinking I would have the ability to two-hit KO him, because I went for the Thunderbolt. And that's actually one of the reasons I went for the Thunderbolt, is because I knew he'd bring in his Nidoqueen like that. So he's going to bring in his Hitmonchan. I know he's Scarfed to outspeed a Jolly Magmortar. So that's why I'm going to go into my Resist, being my Space Shark. And I'm just going to go for the Confuse Ray on the switch, because it's always nice to get confusion on something. I have seen, this Glaceon before. I know that it's one of the possible switches he would go to, and it's weak to Stealth Rocks. So if he wants to switch it out, it'll probably die coming back in. Or even if it wouldn't, it'd be at such minuscule life, it wouldn't particularly matter. Because the rest of my team is mostly bulky, so his priority move and Ice Shard wouldn't be effective. So I finished him off with a Hydro Pump. Now I'm going to switch into my Land Before Time, predicting the Thunder Punch, considering that Hitmonchan with his ability, whatever it's called, Iron Fist, I believe, to add power to all punching moves. I'm sure he'll carry the Thunder Punch, especially a choice set. You want to have as much move type coverage as possible. So I went to my Resist, like I said, Land Before Time. It wasn't a bad move on his part at all, considering that he has gotten rid of a lot of my team. I haven't really revealed that I have some bulky pokes, so to go for the safe play and Thunder Punch wasn't a bad move for him, considering with only a few pokes left, the fact that I would have a Thunder Resist, especially after he got rid of Gligger, wasn't that high. So I just went for the Toxic. It's good no matter if he switches or stays in, doesn't matter. And I know that if he's not going to switch, I can just, Toxic Stall him, which isn't always the most fun way to get rid of something, but it works, right? So, yeah. At this point, I could just continuously Synthesis, considering he only got one layer of Toxic Spikes up, which means that I'm only regular poisoned as opposed to toxic, badly poisoned. The difference here is that with regular poison, one layer of Toxic Spikes, I'm going to be taking 1/16 of my max health and damage per turn, whereas with progressive, badly poisoned toxic, it'd be 1/16, then 2/16, then 3/16. So he's going to bring in his Kingler. I know it's his last Pokemon, so there's no sense really in switching out. Especially because he has rocks, and I'm not convinced I can take an X-Scissor after taking Stealth Rock damage. So even though it's -4, or -2, or whatever it was, -2, I'm sorry, I'm just going to go for the Stab, super effective Leaf Storm, and it almost kills him. To be honest, I have no special attack investment. I thought it would do a little bit less than that, so, but Kingler has such horrible special defense. So I'm going to bring in my Space Shark, because I know I resist the X-Scissor. I don't know what kind of set this is. My only other choice is a Metang, which my only attack move on said Metang is a move he resists. So I am able to finish him off with a Hydro Pump. That was a really great game. I really do love the NU tier, NU environment. Really fun game. I'm having a lot of fun continuing on with the 4th gen metagame. And yeah, hope you guys really enjoyed that battle. That's about it for me. Feel free to check my channel or check out Intense Nightmare to discuss with my opponent if you're interested in getting in contact with him. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.